Hi, this is Kate.
And this is Dad, and this is another episode of
Coding with Dad.
And this is part 2 of the Flappy Bird series.
Flappy Bird series, yeah.
And you're going to show them how to do the bird?
Yeah, so, this episode we're only doing the bird, we're not doing the pipes yet. Next episode we're going to do the pipes, and the next episode will hopefully be out this weekend if we can find time to record.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So let's get right into this, I guess.
Yeah.
So here we go. Okay, so here we have what we did in the last episode, which is the backgrounds. And then we also added 2 sprites, which you can find online. And I just added some text at the top, which is press blank to play again. And then this green flag comes up in the blank. So it comes up really small in the blank, so you can find all this online and then just add text.
The bird online.
Yeah, I found it all online. It was very easy to add. Yeah. So it was very easy to get good like Flappy Bird graphics.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess let's get started. So first we're gonna start with, okay, so what we want to do is we want to have a if-else block. We want to have a if green flag is clicked.
Okay.
Okay, so forever and ever, we're gonna if key space pressed.
Okay. Oh, because this is going to control, the key is going to, the space bar is going to control as the Flappy Bird goes up and down, right?
Yes.
And the idea is as you press the key, he goes up, and as you don't press the key, he's going down, right?
Yeah, and then we're going to add a change Y, sorry. Oh yeah, change Y, sorry. Change Y by 15. If it's, because that means if you're pressing the space bar, it's changing Y by a positive number, which means it's going up.
Right.
So, and then if you're not pressing the space bar, which would be else, you want to change Y by -3. Or -5 I put, because -5 was a better number to use, I found.
You experimented
change Y, or not, set Y. I'm getting all mixed up. Ooh, gosh. Change Y by -5. Okay.
Nice.
This might be too big of a jump to start with, because of other code added in later. Yeah. So let's just change this. Sometimes you can just do this probably like 5 maybe, and like -1. I don't know. Let's see how that works. I might be going down too slow. I don't know, around there, maybe like 5, -5.
Yeah, that's how I think it. Yeah, kind of responsive. But I guess it's up to you as whoever is doing this, play with it.
Yeah, or like, I'm just gonna
however what you want the game to feel, that's how that's.
Yeah, I'm just gonna change this to -4 because it feels like it's going down a little bit too fast, but yeah, so there we go. Okay, so now on to our next part of code, which, okay,
boy,
so you may say...
this one little step right there.
Yeah.
It's basically there, isn't it?
But you may say, like, oh, this is pretty much done. This is fine. But it's really not, because if you hold down the space bar, that's where our problem comes in. Because if you hold down in Flappy Bird, the bird just doesn't continuously go up and make it too easy.
Right.
So what we want to do is we want to make it so you only can press the space bar. If the space bar is up, you have to lift the space bar up in order to be able to.
So you only get, like, what did you say? You get up. It goes up 5. So you only get 5 when you hit the space bar, and until you actually lift up and hit the space bar again, you won't get another 5.
Yeah. Right? So if you don't get that if you don't get that exactly now, then we'll explain it in this next piece of code. We'll try to explain it the best we can. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a variable called wait. I'm pretty sure I already have it on here. I have scroll x2, and wait. Okay, so wait is a variable that, so basically let's start with adding the code so it's easier for you guys to understand. So if green flag is clicked, then we want to forever and ever, okay, so this is where it gets a little bit confusing, and this is where I had some of my trouble. You want to go forever if not key space, because you want to make sure that it's saying if it's not being pressed. Then you want to...
Or you could say key pressed and just do the else. Right?
Yeah, but I think I found it easier to understand I mean,
that's mainly the thing.
You guys could do it the other way around, but and just
makes sense.
Okay, so I said if not key space pressed, then set wait to 1, because that means if your space bar is up, then you're going to set the wait to 1, and we want to change this to... Well, first we want to say when green flag is clicked, you want to set wait to 0, or set wait to 1, because that gives it. You want to set wait to 1, and then, sorry if you guys don't understand this right away, but we'll try to explain it as we add the code.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if key space pressed and wait equals 1.
I see.
Wait equals 1. So this will make it so, and then we want to do at the end, we want to set wait to 0. And okay, so here is, okay, so let me explain this a little bit before I add in the little extras that will help it work better, because this might not work right away with just these bits of code. So let me first explain this. So basically, this will only work if wait equals 1. Wait is like if you have your space bar up. I don't know why I named it wait. I guess like between the things.
Saying, wait, don't do it. Or wait until the space.
Just name it whatever you want. Just name it whatever works for you.
Yeah. Sometimes people name those flag or something like that. Like
just something. But I named it wait anyway. So so if the space bar is not being pressed down, then it will reset the wait, so you will be able to.
You only get through there once, right?
So if you're holding down the space bar, it says if not key space pressed, then it will set it. But otherwise, otherwise meaning if it is pressed, then it will set it to 0, meaning that you can't continuously go up because it will set it to 0, and this is only if wait equals 1.
So the first one's on the top one, it's gonna say, when you press the space bar, the top one's going to just make it go up by 5, and immediately it's also going to reset that wait to 1, so that the next time through that forever loop it won't do it until you lift up and press it again, right? Mm-hmm. That's very clever.
So now I'm gonna change this because it's easier to do with a slightly bigger one in this way. It's easier to do with slightly bigger, numbers.
Because you're not going to hold it. It's not going to hold it, so you might as well give it a bigger jump, right?
Yeah. So now let me show you what happens, and then we'll add our next bit of code. Okay. So what happens is basically it goes down faster than it goes up. I didn't add a certain thing before this, but anyway, it goes down before it goes up. Let me just make sure it sets to 0, 0 at the very beginning. So then it'll always set in the middle. 0, 0, or you could add that in there, or in another piece of code, whatever makes most sense to you. Yeah. Okay, so then what it will do is it'll go down faster than it'll go up. Great. Sorry. It'll go down faster than it'll go up, so you don't have time. Basically it's resetting it too quickly, where it doesn't give it enough time to go up. It only goes up like a little bit, and it kind of just stops it from going down, but it doesn't really go up. It doesn't go up.
It feels like a timing issue.
It's going down more than it's going up. Yeah, it is a timing issue.
Because those two things are happening at the same time, right?
Yeah, it's going down at the same time it's going up, and it's just going down because of weight changing. Yeah,
so weight changes, like as soon as you press that space bar,
weight is going to change.
It goes up and it changes right away, and it's hard to say which happens first, right?
Go down, and you don't want it to go right away before your bird gets a chance to go up. Right. So you want to give it a chance to go up by saying, but you don't want it to stay up. Yeah. You don't want it to stay up.
I think you just want to make sure that the key press action with the thing happens, definitely always happens before it resets the weight.
Yes.
You know, so what do you give it, a really, really
so
low
you give
number?
it like a really, really small number.
Yeah.
So you do like 0.000000, ton of zeros, and then put 1.
So that guarantees that when you push the space bar, it will go up. It will do the change by Y definitely before it does sets the weight. And just by that, it's like it always gets a chance to do the up before it does the space. Yeah, that's clever. Okay, I like that.
So now I'll show you how this works. And this works a little bit better, but it's not quite perfect. Like, if you, I guess you could kind of do this, a little bit. Yeah. Like, I guess it kind of works. Better. It works much better. Like, you can definitely go up, but, sometimes it gets a little bit stuck, and it's a little, slightly awkward. So what you want to do is you can do right here. So you don't want it to go down right as soon as it changes, because that will give you a little bit of extra time, so it'll stay up. Right. The bird will stay up, and it will
you want to make sure that when the space bar is not pressed, when you release the space bar, you want to make sure it resets to 1 before it does the
because you want it to reset to 1 before it starts going down, and you want it to have enough time to. So you want to have that.
You're just controlling, because since before, when you press the space.
Yeah, you're just controlling which happens first.
Yeah,
and that always makes some things happen before others. You want it to go up before it starts going down, so it'll give it enough time where it can go up.
And the reason why the amount of that it's wait is very, very small, because it's really not so. The amount of time is not so important as much as it's what happens first.
Yeah, so I'm just adding a bunch of zeros to both of these, and that should help. If it seems like a little bit choppy, then you can still add more zeros, but eventually it just hardly makes a difference. Yeah. So also another thing that you can play around with is how far it jumps. So even this is a little bit awkward. So if you want, you can make it change Y by 16 or 17 maybe, so it'll jump a little bit higher, so it'll be easier to get up quicker, that works really well.
Yeah, I like that.
So that way, you don't have it always going. Yeah, I wonder if it would work better like this even. 1 second, let me just see. I'm just playing around. I'm just trying to figure out how this works. You know what? I think that works a little bit better. I would recommend removing that block.
I think the key thing is on that bottom block. It's just making
just to make sure it doesn't start. Just to make sure it doesn't change right away, because it almost changes. It changes at the exact same time. Add another weight block
right there, and always make sure that. Yeah, I'm just curious. We always make sure that the action happens before it sets the weight.
What do you mean?
If you put another weight block right up on this other side too.
On right here?
Yeah. I'm just curious.
How would that change it though?
That would always make sure that the action of whether it went up or down happened before.
Well, you just need 1 to make sure it's not going down before it's going up, because you want it to be able to go up. Yeah. That's the main problem with this. You want it to be able to go up. Yep. You don't really care.
The issue
because even if you hold it down, it's giving you enough time to. Right. It's giving it enough time to get up.
Yep.
But
that makes sense.
It's giving it enough time to go up. Sorry, I'm stuttering. It's giving it enough time to go up, but it's also letting it go down before you have a chance to hold your thing down, and I'm holding it down right now, and it's just going down,
That's good.
So
really
so that's how it works. And then also another little trick to add is with this game over thing. If you want to do this, you could also just have everything stop instead of this. But it's around the same code. You could do when Flappy Bird. So when green flag is clicked. Forever and ever and ever. That's probably getting annoying. Where'd it go? Oh, there it went. I hate this cleanup tool. It doesn't even work. Cleanup. Let's see if that worked. Sorry, I'm taking a while. Let me see if it can go like this. And do this. And do this. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get all my code cleaned up so it's easier to see and everything. I know this is taking a while. I'm sorry. It's just, it's going to like the end. It's not really working as well, but I'm just trying to get it all cleaned up. It normally works. I just want to be able to see all the code. 1 second. If we get into like this little area, 1 second. Sorry, I'm taking so long.
Yeah, perfect.
And then we press clean up. There, that's perfect. And then, okay, so anyway, if green flag is clicked, or when green flag is clicked, if inside the forever, not outside, if touching color sensing, touching color, and then you want to select this and match it up right with that little black color right before the
right. So if it falls all the way down.
If it touches that, then it will then you can press broadcast a message. We could do
game over, maybe.
Game over. And I always like to name my messages so it's just easier to keep track of.
Nice.
And then we can do a stop all, which will help it, which will get it to, stop everything after. Okay, so anyway, let me figure this out. When green flag is clicked, you want to, or not when green flag is clicked, sorry, when I receive game over, we want to, we want to have this be, well, first we want to have this, when green flag is clicked, we want it to go back a bunch of layers so it can't be seen. Yeah. So I'm going to have it go back.
It's always there, but it's hidden because the background is below the background.
Yeah, so I'm going to have it go back 100 layers just to make sure, even though that's a lot. That's too much grace. Okay. Okay, anyway, when I receive game over, I want it to go to the front, so that will make it go in front, all the layers, and then it's going to go back 1 layer because of this flag.
Oh, because of the flag? Oh.
Because of the flag, which you want to be in front. So the flag you want to just code, when green flag is clicked, same thing where you go back 100 layers, so it won't be seen while you're playing. So anyway, go back 100 layers. I'm looking in sound. Why am I looking in sound? Go back 100 layers. And then we want it to go, when I receive game over, go to front.
That makes sense.
So then this will be in front, and it'll go, I'll show you what happens, as soon as I can figure this out. Go to front. And then hopefully this works. So you can flop around and then it'll work, and then you go down and you're like, oh no, I touched the ground. And what happened? What happened? Something happened. Maybe I need a wait block here just so it doesn't stop before it gets the chance to wait point. Oh,
you don't have to wait that. You don't have to go that crazy.
But I like to. Okay. Let's see if this works. Oh, what's going on? Okay, let me figure this out. We'll be right back. Okay, we figured it out. It was actually a really simple problem. It was just at the beginning to hide all the stuff before, so we could just focus on the bird. I hid both. I pressed hide, and that would hide it until you press show, and then
Instead, now you showed
Instead, now I'm using layers instead of... Although, you probably could use hide and show instead.
But you still have to make sure it's at the top layer.
Yeah, but you have to make sure it's at the top layer.
Yeah.
But
You'd be moving the layers anyways.
You could use hide and show instead of like this is hide.
Yeah,
instead of
that's true.
Go back 100 layers and this is show.
As long as it was already taught the top layers already.
Yeah, as long as it was already at the top layers, but you would have to make sure of that
so let's
beforehand.
See it work.
But let's see, yeah. Okay. So if you're flapping around and then whoa no, and then it worked. So
and that
by the way, the green flag it just comes up right here in the corner because it says game over in the actual sprite. It just says press to play again, and then the green flag comes up too, which goes right here. As you can see, this is wrong one. Sorry. Okay. Oh no, this is gonna annoy me. Let's see if that's right.
Good enough for now.
Just drag that right there. Yeah, as you can see, this is its own sprite. But anyway, yeah.
Let's
so
wrap this one up.
That's Flappy Bird Part 2. Stay tuned for Part 3.
And Part 3 is going to be the pipes?
Up soon. Oh, darn it. Keep moving it around. That annoys me.
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, we'll figure it out.
And
so, yeah,
leave
Part 3
comments.
is going to be the pipe. And, yeah, we'll see you guys later. Yeah, leave comments for any questions. We're trying to answer all we can. Yeah, so we'll see you guys later. Or not see you. We'll not talk to you. We'll
try to do Part 3
We'll
soon.
do Part 3 probably this weekend.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.